the huge damage that the flaming ammunition does to it. Let's go to the next turn, next photo rather. What's happened here is that the Tomb Scorpion has moved backwards so that it will be in charge range of the Minotaur, Minotaur Lord, the Dreadlord on the Pegasus if he charges the unit of archers. The archers have reformed, so they're facing the Dreadlord as well as picking up a couple of ranks to make sure that they don't get totally wiped out by the charge from the Lord and allows the Scorpion to charge on the side. In the meantime, other skeletons are forming up and the melee skeletons are ready to take the charge from the Cold War Knights, or at least charge them in the flank if they charge the skeletal archers there. Next photo, what have we got here? This is over here. The Carrion have managed to charge the repeater bolt thrower thanks to an incantation there and wipe out the crew. So now they're in a position where they're directly behind the sorceress, which is in the Dark Elf unit with a repeater bolt thrower. So that's cool. And in the meantime, the combat is just raging on here, not doing too well against the Hydra and the Cold War Knights, but other than that, the battle lines are drawn, and I'm just basically lining up everybody else. The Shades are really ripping me apart with bows over the left-hand side. What we're going to do now is go to the next picture where the Scorpion charges the Dark Elf Dreadlord riding the Pegasus, and bear in mind, guys, that he has Killing Blow, so 4 attacks, 4 pluses to hit, 2 of them hit, and I got a Killing Blow on the 6, so he doesn't get regenerated against the Killing Blow, and the Scorpion takes out the Dark Elf Dreadlord riding the Pegasus. Thank God for that, because on the other side of the battle, the Tomb Kings were not doing too well at all. The Scorpion takes a single wound, but man, killing the Dreadlord like that, thank God for that. In the meantime, what's happened here is that I realized the Dark Elf Cold One riders were about to charge my archers and overrun into my Hierophant, which had joined the War Machine crew. That would have lost the game for me immediately if he'd killed the Hierophant. Pretty much. So what I decided to do was fire my Screaming Skull Catapult at the Cold War Knights, and I got a direct hit, killed 2 of them, didn't make them panic, but now that there's only 3 of them in the unit, it'll make them much harder, make it much harder for him to wipe out my archers, and if he does charge the archers, the melee skeletons are right on the side. It's a good thing there. Now, what's happened here is the Carrion charged the unit of Dark Elf Repeater Crossbowmen, and that is a sorceress unpainted in the middle of the screen, middle of the picture there. So the Carrion charged her, and Squawk had a crack at her, only took 1 wound off her, so unfortunately didn't quite take her out, and the rest of the unit obviously got rid of the Carrion in short order. So the Carrion already got their points worth by killing the repeater bolt thrower, but it would have been fantastic if I'd killed the sorceress as well. Now, what you see here is the Dark Elf Assassin who appeared in the Shades unit, charged the chariots with the Banner of Cursing Wound. He didn't die from the Banner of the Cursing Wounds attack, but he did wipe out the entire group of chariots, so that's a very powerful assassin there, and unfortunately my chariots didn't get a charge. So that sucks. Really would have loved to get a charge off with that second unit of chariots, but because of the scenery and me not deploying well enough to take advantage of the scenery, unfortunately that assassin did a lot. Next photo, though, now what's happened here is the Cold War Knights have charged the archers as expected, haven't killed them, only got a couple of kills there, and everything's fine for me. Next picture, what's happened here is my big unit of cavalry has been so damaged by shooting. They charged the other group of repeater bolt throwers, the other group of Dark Elves with repeater crossbows, took them out, sorceress and all, totally wiped them out, and overran right past the Corsairs. But due to standard shoot and so forth, they lost. They went from 15 guys right down to 3, and 1 lich remaining in the unit. So it's great that they managed to survive that, but man, they certainly paid the price. Next picture, though. The Hydra has destroyed the Tomb King, passed his leadership test for the Curse, about to destroy the Scorpion, and the Cold War Knights are thrashing the Chariot unit, and things looking very bad for me on this side of the battle, unfortunately. Going very, very poorly for me. Next photo, you can see the Cold War Knights have been seen off by the melee unit of skeleton melee skeletons, which has charged them in the flank. The cavalry unit's turned around. The Corsairs are getting ready to move in again, but things are looking pretty bad for me at this stage. Next photo, his Cold War Knights are rallying here, and everybody's getting to close in. Unfortunately, I've got nothing preventing the Hydra from moving in and starting to attack me from that position. In the meantime, one thing that I don't have a photo of is the assassin getting ready to attack the war machine with the Hierophant in it, but the Hierophant actually shot him with a magic missile, with that special incantation you've got. I fired it at the assassin and took him out, so I was planning on just giving up and quitting it after that, if that failed, but it worked, so I was stuck in the game. Cold War Knights are rallying here, just another photo of the rally, getting ready to charge the... basically, their plan was to charge the archers here and then overrun into the Hierophant anyway. And last photo of the game, everybody surrounding, you got the Shades moving out of the forest, ready to shoot at the war machine, and the Hydra's just charging in for the kill. What happened here is that all of his Shades and all of his repeater crossbowmen fired at the war machine crew, took out a couple of crewmen, and killed the Hierophant. So at that point, I just shook his hand and said, "Good game. The Tomb Kings have lost." But it was an excellent game, really enjoyed it. Made a couple of mistakes with my deployment and decisions moving around. I took a real gamble charging his Hydra with the King and the Scorpion. Had I rolled a bit better on my initial attack on him, I could have taken out the Hydra and then really mopped up that side of his battlefield with the Tomb King. And that really would have turned the game in my favor, I'm sure of it. But, as it happened, that just didn't pay off, and I managed to lose. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle report. This will be my last Warhammer Fantasy battle report before next weekend, where I'm going to be posting a massive group of reports, 6 games in total. I'm going to get pictures of all of them, I hope. And, man, that's going to be a fun tournament. I'm going to be up against some players that aren't, really experienced, so hopefully I'll get a couple of wins. And I'll show you guys all about it. I'll tell some stories and show some pictures and maybe even take a couple of video clips, not sure. But it's going to be fun when it happens. So thanks for watching, guys.